Welcome back, it's 9, and today we got a big video. It's going to be a bit of a long one because we're covering so many topics, and we're going to be discussing, number one, what happened with the PlayStation pre-orders. I see a lot of people upset, and I want to go into that. We will also be discussing the user interface that is surely due soon, as well as the PS Plus collection, and we're going to be discussing how some PlayStation 5 games that we thought were exclusive are going to be coming to the PlayStation 4 as well. Now, before we get into that, if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. Now, let's get right into it, and let's start with the pre-order situation. Now, we were all under the impression that pre-orders would start as early as, well, today, Thursday, and of course that didn't happen, right? Pre-orders went up pretty early, I would say much earlier than they expected them to, and because of that, it seemed like we were almost all rushing to get one. I fortunately was able to secure a pre-order, but not because I was ready for it, rather that somebody messaged me on Twitter, a friend of mine, and let me know, hey, that pre-orders are happening right now, and so I kept a close eye on it. I tried to update you guys as well. Of course, with a situation like this, as soon as pre-orders go up for a product like this, you got to be on the ball, and you're lucky if you actually do end up getting one because they sell out so fast. So this was something that we all didn't expect. We all thought that it was going to be ample notice for us all, which, to be fair, I would have said, okay, if it starts straight tomorrow, then we can be ready for it. But that's not what happened. What actually happened was, I believe it was Walmart that started the pre-orders early, and then all the stores just started to follow, and then at the end of the day, pre-orders were available before Thursday even came. And so if you weren't available and you weren't looking on the internet actively, you were screwed. There was no way that you were going to be able to get one. Now, I'm not going to say that Sony is not at fault at all, because while I don't think they get a lot of the blame, and a lot of people seem to be blaming a lot of it on Sony, I feel like maybe if they pushed it back a little bit further, maybe if it wasn't tomorrow and they gave, a week's notice, that retailers could prepare properly. But at the end of the day, it almost seems like they can't control what happens at all these different companies. There's so many different retailers that how can you possibly prepare and make sure that all of them follow the rules to the T? The truth is you can't. So that's why I wouldn't blame all of it on Sony. Truthfully, if they gave a week's notice, it probably would have went better. I think the whole tomorrow thing was the problem. I also feel like maybe another issue that they ran into was they had this whole program to sign up for pre-orders early, and they didn't start going out till yesterday, whereas where I first started seeing notices of people saying, hey, I got an invite. And also on one of my community posts, one of my subscribers commented saying that's actually how they pre-ordered their console. So pre-orders didn't actually go early the way they said they were going to go. They actually went out like the same time, if not a little later than the other pre-orders. So that's interesting how that ended up working. I think ultimately, it sucks that we're not going to have pre-orders available in a time frame that we expected so everyone could have a fair chance. But we're just going to have to hope that, resupplies come in, and it looks like from an article that I saw that there's going to be more PlayStation 5s available than the PlayStation 4 was available at launch. So that's a positive side. But let's get right into the next topic, and this is all about the PS5 user interface reveal, and it's coming soon, says PlayStation boss. Speaking with GamesIndustry.biz, PlayStation head Jim Ryan assures we'll be showing the menu in due course. We haven't shown yet any of the user experience of the PS5, and there's some really cool stuff to come on that, he says. So my expectation is really that they're going to be showing the UI in a PlayStation blog post. They still have some time to do that. It's not like they're in a huge rush to do it, but I mean, it would be nice to see it sooner rather than later. But the good news is that, yeah, we will be getting a UI reveal before launch, just hopefully very soon. I really would like to see it in the coming weeks. That would make me very happy. On to the next topic, we are going to discuss how PlayStation is committed to the PS4, just like all the other consoles. And this kind of goes with the whole PS5 game is going to be on the PS4 as well, which, man, I know a lot of people are going to be saying, well, we gave Xbox a really hard time about this, so we got to keep the same energy. So the games that are going to be showing up on the PS4 that are supposed to be, or what we expect it to be, PS5 titles: Spider-Man Miles Morales, okay. Sackboy: A Big Adventure, okay. Horizon Forbidden West. That one surprised me quite a bit. I really didn't expect Horizon Forbidden West to be a PS4 game as well. So it makes me wonder when that'll come out. It must be an earlier release because, you know, I would think they're going to phase out the PS4 much sooner rather than later, being that the PS5 is going to be their flagship console that they're trying to sell. Jim Ryan says we have the PlayStation 4 community, which is going to be incredibly important to us for many years to come, he said in an interview with GameIndustry.biz. It will be tens of millions strong, and we've never been closer to them than this year. We intend to keep that going and to love and respect the PS4 community, while at the same time recognizing that millions of gamers are ready to and want to move into a world of game experiences that are only possible on PS5. So it's interesting to hear about this, right? Because we gave Xbox such a hard time about them wanting to allow their games to be cross-generation. And I was one of them. I said that I want to see true next-gen exclusives, and it looks like we're not going to be fully getting that with these titles. And I guess we just got to say it how it is, that I personally I'm not mad about it by any means. I think it's great that PS4 players will be able to experience these games because they do have such a huge install base there. But I would be lying if I didn't say that I'm a little bit disappointed, because I was hoping that these games, especially Horizon Forbidden West, specifically Horizon Forbidden West, I was hoping that that was going to be a PS5 exclusive where we are going to see the true utilization of the PS5 hardware to its max potential. And that's not going to happen, obviously, right? And we have to keep that same energy, guys. I don't want to be here saying, oh, it's great, you know, PS4. Like, yeah, obviously that side exists to it, but I have to be honest with you guys that, yes, I do feel a type of way about Horizon Forbidden West being a cross-gen game. Now, to make it clear, I am not saying I'm no longer excited for Horizon Forbidden West or that I'm no longer excited for the PS5. Obviously, I am. I have a pre-order in. I spent a lot of money, and I was glad to. But yeah, I do feel a type of way about this, but I totally get it from a business perspective, and they're probably going to support the PlayStation 4 for the next 2 to 3 years from the looks of it. But I guess the whole thought that, you know, Ghost of Tsushima was the last PS4 exclusive is not really the case. And I guess if we're being honest, they never truly said that that was going to be the case. So we may have assumed that that was actually going to happen. So the real next-gen PS5 true exclusive will be Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart from Sony's first-party studios, and I'm excited to see that, honestly. And also, Demon's Souls as well. Totally forgot about that. Demon's Souls will also be a true next-gen exclusive, which it looks incredible. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that, but on to our next topic, and this is all about the PS Plus collection. This is a big deal. Guys, this is not Game Pass. So I'll just let you know now. When I first saw it, I'm sure a lot of you saw it, were like, wait, is this Game Pass? No. PS Now is going to be the competition for Game Pass. But PS Plus collection is very, very interesting. Now, let me explain to you guys. If you don't know what it is, basically, if you're signed up for PS Plus, this is a collection of games that you have not free access to, because technically you're paying a subscription, but it's a collection of games you have access to as a subscriber, and there's quite a few games here. I will have the list on screen, and it's pretty incredible that we're going to have all these games just for being a PS Plus member. Now, I do wonder, are we still going to get those 2 free games a month? Is that something that stops because this has started? I guess we'll have to see. I would be surprised if they stop doing that, but it's very possible that they might end up stopping that. But it seems like it would just be it would be a missed opportunity. I love seeing games like Fall Guys rise up and many other games that naturally wouldn't have that opportunity without PS Plus. So it would be a shame if that disappeared, but I guess we'll just have to see, you know, what happens in the future. But on to our last topic, and this is all about Sony's thoughts on Game Pass and why they don't believe it's sustainable. So speaking with GamesIndustry.biz, again, this whole video just goes back to GamesIndustry.biz, the whole talk with Jim Ryan. He says, for us, having a catalog of games is not something that defines a platform. Our pitch, as you've heard, is new games, great games. We've had this conversation before. We are not going to go down the road of putting new releases, titles into a subscription model. These games cost many millions of dollars, well over $100 million to develop. We just don't see that as sustainable. We want to make the games bigger and better and hopefully at some stage more persistent, he explained. Putting those into a subscription model on day one for us just doesn't make any sense. For others in a different situation, it might well make sense, but for us, it doesn't. We want to expand and grow our existing ecosystem, and putting new games into a subscription model just doesn't sit with that. When it comes to this, I kind of feel in agreement with Sony because I look at Xbox's catalog and I feel like since their inception of putting their games day and date on Game Pass, I haven't really noticed any games that really stuck out to me. These kind of seem like lower tier games. The exception to these rules is Forza Horizon, obviously, and Gears of War 5. But overall, there's really nothing coming out of their studios that I would say, wow, these are like PS4 level games that we can see on an Xbox platform. It just isn't. And I think that's kind of just it right there. That's the gist. Like, they are not putting out games like PlayStation is, where their games are all AAA level when it comes to majority of their studios, and they're putting out some classics, like instant classics that we're going to be talking about for years to come. It doesn't make sense for Sony to do that, and I think to a degree it probably doesn't make too much sense for Xbox to do that, but they must be doing it for a reason. So maybe there's something we don't know about on the numbers side of things. I know that Game Pass is very popular. I know that people love Game Pass. In fact, I have a Game Pass Ultimate subscription, but I have to be honest with you, there's nothing on there that screams at me to play it, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I don't want to come off like a fanboy. I'm really not. But I have to say that Game Pass doesn't even have anything remotely close to the quality of games that Sony's first-party studios have. And that could just be a matter of opinion, but I'm going to stick with that for sure. I would like to see what Sony does going forward. I think PS Now is a great service. I don't care for the cloud streaming side of things, but in terms of having 600 plus games on there, that's a win right there. And it's not that much more expensive than Game Pass, at least not where I live. Now I'm going to pass this on to you guys, and I'm going to ask you, number one, what did you make of the pre-order situation? When do you think we're going to see that PS5 user interface? How do you feel about Sony putting their PS5 games that we thought were going to be exclusive on the PS4? What do you think of PS Plus Collection? And lastly, what do you think of Sony not caring for the Game Pass model? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos. Hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. Follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description. Share this video with a friend, and I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.